All right, this is Dinking Around. I'm your host, Brant Weiss, with my darling co-host, Charles Darling. What is this podcast about? It's about people talking pickleball. Okay, we're not good at playing the sport, so we figured we might as well make a podcast about it. Charles, I think this is the point where we should probably tell people exactly who we are and what to expect moving forward.
I like it. First thing I would ask is, why in the world are the two of you hosting a pickleball podcast? I've seen you play.
Because I'm smart. I don't know why. You're in the industry. That's the only thing I can think of.
So for those that are listening, and God forbid those that are watching, the first question I would ask, knowing us, is why, right? And so I think what's going to be great about this, it's the people that we have on. It's going to be what we discuss, right? I'm certainly not an expert in pickleball. I'm still learning a lot about the sport. I'm certainly not an expert in podcasts. We're learning a lot about that as well.
Have me.
And that's why we have Mr. Entertainment over here. I've been on television shows. It's all about continuity. No, so I think we're going to have some fun. I know we're going to have fun. I know who's coming, right? And we're going to continue to have some people on the. What is this? Is this a broadcast?
It's a podcast.
Okay, we're going to continue to have people on the.
We're doing.
We're going to bring some fun in. We're going to talk about everything from the game itself, the growth of the sport, fitness, exercise. Pre-tournament training, pre-playing, stretching, equipment. We'll be talking about.
We're talking to athletes. We're talking to successful business people who like pickleball. Guys, this is the podcast that's going to target people interested. It's targeting athletes. It's targeting every segment for the aficionados like us who might not be the best at playing, but again, we enjoy talking about it.
Our first guest he's a team owner, right? So was a former business entrepreneur. I'm sure many of our listeners have eaten at one of his restaurants, right? And now he is falling in love with pickleball. So our first one is an owner. Then we have the founders of a league. We have people within the pickleball electrolyte industry. We've got players. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So stay tuned. But I think the first thing that everyone's dying to know, Brant, is who the hell are these guys?
Who the hell? Do you want me to start?
Yeah, I'd like to know first of all too, who the hell is this guy?
Well, guys, a little bit about me. Some things you should know right off the bat. I am a former reality TV star. I'm a former NFL legend, XFL legend, AAF legend. I have the biggest calves in this room right now doing the podcast. Those are probably my top traits. No, but for real, I'm somebody who I've been around sports my whole life. I played Division I football at the University of Toledo. I walked on, earned a scholarship, got a chance to play pro. That didn't turn out so well for me. So after a very short-lived professional career, I decided I'd try my hand at making content, which led me on a reality TV show where I was supposed to find the love of my life.
Did you find her?
On the show, they actually asked me, Brant, are you here for the bromance or the romance? So needless to say, I did not find the love of my life. And then after making some content, I slid into Charles' DMs because he is a manufacturer in the industry and I wanted free things. And then that's how we got connected after I realized, man, he needs somebody good looking in his life. So that's a quick rundown about me.
Okay. So the question is, so you turned pro though. So how many people get the opportunity to do that regardless of how long it lasted? You got to at least experience probably at what time, what was your dream and passion. So
yeah, and then that kind of crumbled.
But hey, nonetheless.
But now we're here.
Nonetheless, hey, I was able to marry the woman that I wanted to marry. It crumbled quickly, but at least, we achieved that milestone. And then I did that again.
Are we going to start crying on our first podcast?
There's also going to be some group therapy involved in this podcast as well. The group is not here yet, but they'll be coming here soon.
And we're still waiting on the therapist.
So, Brant, that's, I'll tell you guys about me. That was riveting. Thank you. I'm moved.
When I first met you, I thought you were a literally former NASA rocket scientist. So just keep that in mind while he explains his background.
I'm a former rocket scientist. So I'm my name's Charles Darling. I turned 44 tomorrow.
Oh.
And I expect from you, Brant, something equivalent to what I got you for your birthday.
You literally forgot my birthday.
No, I didn't forget it.
You literally forgot my birthday. I showed up at this man's business, hung out with him for 2 hours, not a word about my birthday. And
okay,
then,
so I forgot about your birthday. So
yeah.
I expect at least that you forget. Can you, that shouldn't be hard to manage.
That is one thing I got from football is CTE. So I will be more than happy to forget about your birthday.
Okay, perfect. So then we're even. I've got 2 kids. I spent my entire career in information technology. I was an executive with Hewlett Packard, Oracle, EMC, and majority of that was within aerospace and defense. Along the way, I got to truly meet some rocket scientists, which aren't even the smartest guy. I think that's a term of the 50s and 60s. But I got to spend a lot of time around some really brilliant guys working in the black programs within some of the largest A&D companies in North America. And my passion was always within sports. I love everything that's about sports. I think that it's an excellent, whatever that would be. It's an affirmation of life, right? It really is. It generates outcomes, passion, excitement. Some of my greatest experience were sporting events. I just have a passion for it. And I wanted to get into sporting good manufacturing, even though I had a great career in information technology. And then eventually I chased my dream. But prior to doing so, I used to go to lunch with the carbon fiber engineers at some of the best, we're talking some of the brightest carbon fiber engineers in the world are working at these defense companies, building stealth fighters and all kind Apache helicopters. It's all done with carbon fiber these days. So I would go to lunch with these guys and I'd say, hey, if you were going to build the best softball bat you could possibly build, how would you do it? And then I would, and I did the same with pickleball. So now I'm officially I'm in sporting goods manufacturing. I have a company called Proton. We are booming and growing like crazy. I love everything that I'm doing. It was not easy at first, but now we're taking off and having a lot of good time. And then I got to tell you, the second that I stepped onto the pickleball court, I fell in love with that. I think that it's just the perfect game. Yeah. Well, I just want to intervene really quick. I think you should just stick with telling people, you were a rocket scientist in your former life and not somebody in IT. I literally just kind of, I took a nap during that. Well, there are IT people out there, but well, they're going to eat this up. And I did my best to make that as short as possible because I can get long with that. But yeah, I'm passionate about the technology that goes into the manufacturing of sporting goods equipment. I'm passionate about the excitement of it. I think that we've got a lot of fun things coming. And then you stepped on the pickleball court, fell in love, and just thought, I need to be in this industry. 100%. That's where it happened first. I didn't think of pickleball paddles or pickleball industry until after I stepped on the court. My focus has been softball. Stepped on the court and I said, this is where I want to start engineering products as well. What was your first experience on the court? How'd that happen? So I went out there with my buddy Todd and he said, hey, you got to try this. And it was, I think it's something that I hear from a lot of people. Their first thought on it is, well, I mean, I don't know. How could that be, exciting or fun? And I thought of, rec center senior citizens, right? And I remember I'd walked past it a couple times while that's your age groups. But yeah, so I think when I realized that it was something that was enjoyable with my children who were only 9 at the time, it's a sport that can be played from 8 to 88. It's a sport that can satisfy the competitive, the most, competitive desires of even the highest performing level of athletes. And I think that it hits on so many different levels. And I can't wait to bring in people that talk about all of these different aspects of this game that pertain to lifestyle, to competitive, to just sport. It's great. Yeah. I don't know if you're going to ask me how I got into pickleball, but I'm just going to answer. How'd you get in, Brant? Okay. So here's the thing. I didn't know pickleball existed until probably early November, late October. Those details don't really matter. It wasn't that long ago. My buddy comes up to me and is like, hey, you want to play? I thought he was making the sport up. He drives me to this court. It's packed with people. And I'm like, dude, what exactly are we doing? And for you listeners, I imagine all of you play pickleball or know something about it. But if you don't, it is if tennis and ping pong made a baby, and then out of that would come pickleball. So I step on the courts.
the courts are smaller. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of tall. I'm 6'6", no flex. I'm like, I'm going to be pretty good at this sport. So I step on, get whooped by some 85-year-old. And then it really humbled me. But I fell in love in that moment. And since then, I mean, I had issues. I was on the court twice a day, every day, for months. And then, I met Charles and he started taking that love away, but still I have a passion for the sport. So I love it. I've been to tournaments. I love following the players. But yeah, I'm not good at all.
Come on. He's overstating that.
I'm being modest. I have a nasty serve.
You do.
I put some top on that ball.
He has some nasty serve. He actually, there were some people that were having some problem with that the other day. I mean, granted they were, but still it's
you can be old and be good at pickleball though. That's the beauty of this sport though. And truly, I mean, I'm in my athletic prime right now. When I was playing football, I was 320. Now I'm 230. I'm a way better athlete now than I ever was when I played football. And I still get smoked by older people. I don't know the most polite way to say that, but by older people. And that's the beauty of it to me, is because you can interact with so many different generations and it's still a competitive game.
I thought it was great because I was playing the same people over and over and over again. I'm like, man, I am great at this game. I am awesome. Then two of us went out to one of the local parks here, and I thought it was going to be a quick match when I saw who we were going against. And they absolutely systematically disabled us or dismantled us, whatever you would say right there, but they beat us. So I think that I think that it can be very deceiving if you think you're going to go out there and whip grandpa. I think grandpa is getting a lot of satisfaction out of whooping us. I see it at the parks. It's amazing. And what would you attribute that to? They're just covering the angles right, good hands. I mean, that's one of the beauties of the game, is that you don't even have to be that mobile to be great at it.
No, it's about placement. That's what the older people, they're good at placing the ball. They do what they want. I rely on athleticism, and my hand-eye coordination has never been great. It's just I can move around quick. But when you know how to place a ball, it puts you at a very, a great advantage over whoever you're playing against. So it's kind of, that to me is where older people have the advantage over younger people, because they have nothing else to do besides play pickleball and practice those things.
Let's talk about who we've got coming. Who's our first guest?
Our first guest, I believe, is the former owner of the Raw sushi chain and Sauce Pizza and Wine Co. I think I'm saying that right. Yep. Guys, he is somebody who's had a very successful business career, and now he has a little more time on his hands. He's a GM for the Arizona Pickleball League.
Yep.
And he's somebody who plays a lot of pickleball. Now, he has the same type of love for the game as Charles and I have. We've
got Scott Kilpatrick, and then after Scott, we have Patrick and Ashley.
Yes.
Patrick and Ashley are the founders of the Arizona Pickleball League, which is known as Tuesday Night Pickleball. It shows on the Pickleball channel, correct?
Yeah, I don't know what channel that is, but it is a real. That channel does exist.
It does exist. I think it's growing like crazy because from what I understand, they're getting 10 to 15,000 viewers on Tuesday night. They founded a sports medicine, sports drink company. We'll let them tell their story when they come on. And now they started the Arizona Pickleball League, which is growing and exciting. My first date ever to the Arizona Pickleball League was
me.
You were my first
date. Brought me.
This is kind of like the first date.
This is kind of cute.
I put a collared shirt on. Usually I look like a homeless guy, so I've got a collared shirt on.
You did your hair too, it looks like. I don't really know what's going on.
No, I actually forgot the hat. When I got in the truck, I said, oh my God, my hair
Charles
looks
likes to use his, I was being facetious. He likes to use his sea salt spray, and I don't think he had any of that.
There was
not
a hat
sure what
on.
you did.
I think when I put the collared shirt on, I forgot the hat. So this is what this looks like. But
that's the final product.
My first date to that was with you. And I don't know about you. I think I do know about you, but that was awesome. It was, and this is that Tuesday Night Pickleball League. There's DJ Pickle. We're going to have DJ Pickle on the show. I'm not going to blow his cover right now, but DJ Pickle's going to be here for those of you that know who he is. But if across the country, even if you're not part of Arizona, tune into that because I think they're laying a framework for what's going to be an awesome format.
I think it's going to spread across states, and I don't know if we're allowed to talk about that, but that's just our opinions. There's no, we don't have any insider information on that. We have a Roman figure guy. We have a gladiator on this podcast.
Pickle is coming.
I'm telling you, this podcast is going to be great. We're going to have really interesting guests. Charles is just going to sit in the corner. You're not going to really hear much of him.
You've heard all from me that you're going to throughout all of this. I'm just the pretty face. He's the height. And so I'll be sitting back in the corner. No, I'm excited about our guests. I know that we've got some ranked players, right? I think that Michael's in the top 10 in singles. Was that wrong? If it's wrong, who cares?
It might be wrong.
He's the greatest player.
But it could be right. And that's the beauty of it. You guys don't know, so you need to watch and find out.
Yes, we have a solid gold lineup of casts and characters that are coming into this, from players to owners to, as we discussed. So it's going to be exciting. And the topics, there's never any topic.
We just go into it.
Yeah, this is just
guys. I black out sometimes. I forget how to say words. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Okay, we don't know how to make a podcast. We're just doing it.
Yeah,
because in life you do. Okay, you do it.
I hope the guests. I'm sure many times they're going to be bailing us out. Like
1 billion%.
They're going to be bailing
I
us.
struggle forming sentences.
Oh, that's good. This is going to be fun. So tune in for humor, fun, sincerity, raw. We're going to just try to get as real as we can with these people, but there's no format here, and there's no, we will be talking about like what's the good equipment. We'll be talking about what's the good.
Not Proton.
Definitely. This is not me selling products. I will never once be selling products on this show. I promise you.
And how about the name Dinking Around? Can you think of a more clever pickleball podcast name? No, just for that reason, you have to listen to it. Okay.
So we now can tell who named the show.
We are desperate for people listening to this. Like, we are desperate.
I mean, and that's got to be the cutest logo in the world. So,
so
tune in, check us out. I think we're going to have, we'll have an email, Dinking Around.
We're going to have an email. For the moment, you can slide in my DMs at BWEISSER_. I'm verified. I didn't buy the blue check. Not a flex either.
And
ask us questions.
I'm excited for what's to come. Tune in. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to be talking about all the cool shit having to do with pickleball.
Absolutely.
Is that it? Are we done now?
Pickleball. It's kind of a big deal.
I like it. We need to do polls too, and we need to have jokes. I heard. Okay,
polls.
Can we end with a stupid joke? I heard it when we were out playing it. Ready for this? Why is it okay to miss church on Sunday for pickleball?
Why?
Because pickleballs are holy.
I don't have any good ding jokes. Mine are pretty
Can we
average.
edit that out, by the way? That stupid joke.
No, wait. No, I liked it.
You liked ending on that dumbass joke? Okay, well, let's go.
I think that's it, guys. Bye.
Episode 1.
Episode 1, baby. Ayo.